All right, we are live. Welcome, everybody, to tonight's stream. It is the biggest party of the summer. That continues tonight, too. Welcome in for night 2, Lorelei. I'm going to stand up. What a great performance by Darius Rucker for the national anthem. It is about to be time for SummerSlam. SummerSlam being kicked off with the #1 contenders match for the WWE Championship. Sami Zayn looks to get an opportunity to earn back the WWE Championship. Finn Balor trying to find the lightning rod, trying to find that spark from being the very first Universal Champion. He's never been able to truly find that wave back onto the top of the mountain. Tonight can jumpstart Balor right there after becoming the winner of the Fatal 4-Way that would earn himself the spot. Lorelei over on Twitch says she is going with Finn Balor heading into this match. It could go either way. You never know. Sami Zayn could be going down the rabbit hole. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, arriving as she looks to get ready for the ladder match. Although there's sunny skies, there's still a storm taking over as Jade Cargill arrives. It's Chelsea Green as she wants to retrieve her first women's championship. Tiffany Stratton looks to become two-belt Tiffy. Tiffy, 2 belts, should I say. Trick Williams defending the belt against the U.S. title against the returning Baron Corbin, and then Seth Rollins. You see the mask. Old days of the Shield and the OTC, the World Heavyweight Champion. That is the big main event. Former Shield brothers collide. Lorelei over on Twitch says she hopes Danhausen has a match and wins. Danhausen will be competing against Dominic Mysterio in the Human Monies on a Pole match. That is a first ever for WWE. So we'll see how that fares out. If it's Danhausen's idea, you got to think he already knows how he's going to win it. I want to thank everybody who supported me last night and everybody who watched the clip that I posted. Everybody who voted on what clip I was going to post. Bro, I'm going to be honest. If we get the same Chad Gable that we got in the Mask vs. Mask match a few months ago in AAA vs. Kaiser, then Gable vs. Penta has the potential to be a match of the year contender. I don't doubt that, Heretic. Also, welcome on in. It's good to see you, my friend. Those who don't know, Heretic's a good friend of mine. Lorelai saying, been a fan of Danhausen since AEW. Danhausen's certainly been elevated a lot more since coming to WWE. They found the way to use him in a better manner. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets in some sort of film, some sort of like horror comedy. He should have been in the new Scary Movie. If WWE had found a way to have some pull on that movie, putting Danhausen in Scary Movie would have been absolutely hilarious. A live look at the capacity crowd in US Bank Stadium as we get ready for what is SummerSlam 2026 Sunday. That being night 2 of this 2-night extravaganza here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Prince Finn Balor, just a decade ago, when he would win the inaugural Universal Championship, defeating the man who will challenge Roman Reigns for the world title tonight, Seth Rollins. Although a devastating injury, breaking the shoulder, would ultimately cost everything for Finn Balor, being forced to relinquish the Universal title the next night on Raw. However, Finn Balor's looking for the spark, the lightning rod, all the way to world title number 2 in WWE. Finn Balor, a former multi-time NXT champion, inaugural Universal champion. And this is a man who wants the gold more than life itself. Sami Zayn shirt saying justice for Sami. Sami feeling he's always been screwed out of opportunity after opportunity, especially when it came to Cody Rhodes just getting right back into the opportunity to face CM Punk last night for the title. Meanwhile, he had to find his way to get a number 1 contenders match for the WWE Championship, even though Sami Zayn was the previous champion prior to CM Punk. You got to look at it a certain way, and you think, yeah, it's not fair. And I don't blame Sami for feeling that way. It is very frustrating. I got to say, I empathize with Sami Zayn. But unfortunately, in this world, life just isn't fair. But this is an opportunity to challenge again for it. Oh, what is this? Nick Aldis has a surprise. This should be interesting. Nick Aldis is adding the ring general Gunther to this matchup. Very interesting choice. This is very interesting following the fact that Nick Aldis just competed against Gunther last night, and while he lost, it was an impressive showing. Aldis's eye is a little bit black and blue. Aldis is a man of business. Gunther's right back in title contention. Sami Zayn thought he was going to have a fair shot tonight at becoming the #1 contender for the WWE Championship against Finn Balor, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Finn Balor thought he earned a fair shot at challenging for the #1 contenders for the WWE Championship. I would be frustrated too. This is just another way to get in the head of Sami Zayn. The only thing that could have made this even more difficult and very confusing is if Nick Aldis had... Wait a minute. What? Only one more? Who else? Oh my. Who could that be? Who's gonna... Oh! Are you serious? Oh my God! He's back! Kevin Owens! Kevin Owens is back! 2 long years! Kevin Owens has fought through an injury. A back injury that Kevin Owens thought he would never make it back into the ring. I have chills. What a SummerSlam moment. There are emotions running through the fans in US Bank Stadium. Sami's jaw dropped and has stayed dropped since the moment Kevin Owens' music sounded. Sami Zayn was supposed to have a one-on-one #1 contenders match against the Prince Finn Balor. Nick Aldis would come out and add the ring general Gunther. And then to add it even more, this place has gone electric for the man that Nick Aldis added to make it a fatal 4-way. Fight Owens fight. Kevin Owens is back in WWE. Almost 2 years in the making for a return for Kevin Owens. Fans are crying tears of joy with never knowing if or when or if Kevin Owens was ever going to be able to do this again. If you believe in miracles, if you never did, you certainly should now, because Kevin Owens is back inside a WWE ring with the opportunity for the WWE Championship. It's time for Fight Owens Fight. Ryan Tran now fully's got his hands full as the official of what was supposed to be a one-on-one, now a fatal four-way #1 contenders match. And Kevin Owens goes right after the ring general, the Prince, Finn Balor. And Kevin Owens have a rich history. Finn Balor going after Owens. Sami Zayn is just standing in the corner, still in shock and disbelief that Kevin Owens is back. You think someone who you call your best friend would have told you that he was coming back. Kevin Owens is clearing house from corner to corner. Gunther and Finn Balor have been laid out, and Sami's face is priceless. And just shock and awe. What's the reaction? These two are coming face to face, and they hug it out. This is the part of pro wrestling you love to see, but now you have to fight it out. If you have an opportunity, you got to take it, even if it means taking away from your best friend, as Kevin Owens clotheslines Sami Zayn. When you've been doing it for as long as all of these superstars have been doing it for, you can't let your emotions get in the way whatsoever. Kevin Owens turning back the dial. We are going back to the good old days. Swanton off the top. Everybody goes down. So much for easing your way back in. Kevin Owens, well, he's never really been a man to do quite that. Kevin Owens looking for another swanton. There it is. Right on Gunther. This thing could be over sooner than later. Look at a stun. Gunther, but Gunther has a sleeper. Gunther getting a double match weekend here at SummerSlam last night, defeating Nick Aldis. Sami was trying to go for a blue thunder bomb on Gunther. Finn Balor came from behind, and then a big boot from Gunther takes out Balor, and Gunther knocks Owens off the apron. From what was supposed to be an easygoing one-on-one match, hard fought, is now become a chaotic fatal four-way #1 contenders match. And I just got to say, whatever CM Punk thought he had in mind for his next opponent, well, it's going to be a lot different, because now Gunther or the returning Kevin Owens is an opportunity. Owens and Punk, a lot of these guys in this match, they've all crossed the same paths over the years. World-traveled athletes, as Balor tries to put away Gunther, but Gunther able to kick out. Gunther. Oh, what a thunderous chop. That'll stop the heart temporarily of Balor. Picking up the pace, but Balor with a sling blade to the ring general. Balor with a sling blade to Sami. And a shotgun drop kick sending Sami Zayn into Gunther. Your second rise. Finn Balor went for the stomp, but Gunther able to get out of the way, and Gunther comes in hard with a kick. Spike driving Balor into a stack off the powerbomb. Turns it quickly, quick to turn things around into a Boston Crab. Gunther now on the receiving end of a beating by Kevin Owens. We haven't seen too many encounters between Gunther and Kevin Owens in WWE. Gunther's getting a fresh taste of Fight Owens Fight now that Kevin Owens is back. Of course, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have a rich history being best friends, traveling up and down the roads for over 25 years. Finn Balor going after Kevin Owens as these two have a rich history going back to their time in NXT. Now, this KO hook in the leg, spin out. Down goes Balor, pulling all the stops as Owens, but Sami Zayn tosses Owens to the floor. If he can steal the opportunity, he'll take it. But Balor kicks out. Sami Zayn thought that was going to do it to put down Finn Balor, but it wasn't quite enough. Sami Zayn who now has Balor up at the top. Balor trying to fight, knowing that a superplex would be devastating. As Balor's able to knock Sami Zayn off the top. Kevin Owens is back up on the apron and knocks Balor off the top onto the floor. Kevin Owens is going to risk it all. But Zayn gets the knees up. The surgically repaired neck of Kevin Owens. The official trying to push Sami away. Sami realizes, oh no, his friend could be in real trouble. But I don't think Sami cares. Sami is more so concerned over the WWE Championship opportunity. But here comes Gunther. Here comes Gunther with a sleeper. This put away Nick Aldis last night. And this is the move that won Finn Balor the Universal Championship 10 years ago at SummerSlam, the coup de grace. Oh! Gunther just barely saving it. That is as close as you get to 3 without the bell ringing. Sami getting choked out by Gunther. Coup de grace to Sami. Gunther just barely getting his fingertips over just to break the count. What a hot start to SummerSlam Sunday. Oh, that was nasty. Again, returning the chop. Wait. Up and stacked on. Super kick to Gunther. Stunner! Now it's Gunther from behind. Nope. Stunner! Kevin Owens. Nope. Blue Thunder Bomb for victory. Victory denied. Your request for a win, well, be patient, because it's not coming your way yet. It has not been accepted. If that's your best offer, you better hit Kevin Owens with your best move. And that's exactly what Sami Zayn is going for. Looking to get Kevin with the haluva kick, only to get caught with a super kick. Stun the world. Stun Sami Zayn right into the WWE Championship. Kevin Owens is the #1 contender. Kevin Owens will find his way to the best in the world, CM Punk. Welcome back, Kevin Owens. It's back to the KO show. Just when you thought it was one-on-one, you got a fatal 4-way filled with the best of the best. Sami Zayn thought this could have been the beginning of the end for Kevin Owens' Blue Thunder Bomb. Kevin Owens survived. Sami Zayn went for a haluva kick. Kevin Owens got the boot up for a super kick. The final blow, stunner. And 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens stuns the world, not just from his return, but stuns the world by winning the match and becoming #1 contender for the WWE Championship. Kevin Owens, you have yourself a date with the Second City Saint, the best in the world, CM CM Punk. What a moment here at SummerSlam. What is going on here? Up next, it's all about the United States Championship as Trick Williams defends his U.S. title against the returning Baron Corbin. All right, and we are going to take a short break in just a moment, at least, so I can get my voice ready to go for the next matchup. I did want to thank everybody who supported last night's stream. And the clip I posted last night on Facebook, it surpassed 126,000 views with nearly 2.5 thousand likes, the most any of my videos has ever done by a far long shot. So I want to thank all of you for making that possible. Lorelai saying she has no feelings either way about who wins this next match. If you're in the chat, whether you're on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, coming up next, it's all about the United States Championship between Trick Williams and the Nomad, Baron Corbin. Who is leaving as United States Champion? Baron Corbin, already a former United States Champion. He knows what it's like. Is he going to do it again? Or is Trick Williams just too red hot? I am going to take a short break. All right, we are back. We are back live on all platforms. Thank you to everybody who has joined in, whether you're on Twitch, TikTok, or YouTube. I want to thank all of you for tuning in for SummerSlam. I appreciate each and every one of you. The SummerSlam Night 2 extravaganza continues. Trick Williams and Baron Corbin United States title is on the line. A different Baron Corbin than we have ever seen in WWE. A dangerous Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin taking some time away from WWE. He did some soul searching. He found himself, added a little bit of a sharper edge on himself, even sharper than before. He's back. He's better than ever. And he is ready to bring the fight to the newest generation of WWE superstars. And he is quickly going right after the WWE's one and only Lemon Pepper Stepper, the United States champion, Trick Williams. Back at WrestleMania, Trick Williams winning his first singles title in WWE by defeating Sami Zayn. United States title was on the line. Sami Zayn had a lot to say about Trick Williams, but in the end, Trick Williams with the final trick shot to take the gold and has been riding the wave ever since, alongside his right-hand man, his self-proclaimed best man, Lil Yachty. Right off the bat, Trick Williams doesn't waste any time going after the Nomad Baron Corbin. Pop it up. Face planting Baron Corbin. Trick Williams not forgetting about the attacks by Baron Corbin. Wants to quickly bring it. Baron Corbin just getting the life stomped out of him by Williams to get the match started. Baron Corbin trying to pull himself up and gets sent to the floor. Williams is not holding back on Corbin. Oh, Corbin getting sent to the barricade hard. Pulling out a table. Lil Yachty hyping up Trick Williams as Williams brings out a table. There is the traditional champion's advantage with Baron Corbin needing to pin or submit Trick Williams to win the United States Championship. Baron Corbin rolls to the floor on the other side of the ring. Corbin, deep six on the floor. Playing a little possum, getting Willie a little dirty. Baron Corbin, he has the luck of never winning at SummerSlam. Baron, you got to get Trick Williams back in the ring if you're going to leave as champion. You cannot afford to spend too much time on the floor and get yourself counted out. Oh, shoulder first. Williams goes into the steps at the hands of the Nomad, who is being ever so vicious on the United States champion. Get another look at this deep six on the floor. Reeling it in, reeled it in, and got all of it. At the count of 8, Jason Ayers got all the way to 8, and Trick Williams just barely making it back into the ring as Corbin just hammers away, just clubbing at the champion. Corbin is picking up the pace of the aggression, driving in deeper and deeper on these attacks. This is not a sight that Lil Yachty is enjoying whatsoever right now. More aggressive than I've ever seen Baron Corbin. It could be the end of days for the United States champion. Oh! These two having one previous encounter back in NXT, but that's a long time ago. We're talking about NXT. It's been a bit since Trick Williams and it was in NXT, and it's been quite a bit since we've seen Baron Corbin in WWE. So you got to take that statement for what it is, being it's been a long time. Both men have grown so much since then as professional wrestlers, as human beings. You learn so much about yourself, how to play mind games, how to overcome mind games, all the different tips and tricks to get through. I can say if this doesn't go, Trick Williams is going to get the worst of this exchange. Corbin raking on the face of Williams, who did get the worst of it. Giving a little leeway because the title is on the line. Lil Yachty getting in the face of Baron Corbin. How wise was that? As Lil Yachty gets taken down by Baron Corbin. Not wise to get in the face of Baron Corbin, who's already in a bad mood heading into this match. Lil Yachty says, you better back up. Better start swinging. Better start running back in. That could be a DQ victory. Ducks. And a back elbow to Corbin. And a neck breaker comes in hot. And the side leg kick. And again. Bookend. Cover isn't enough. Corbin kicking out at 2. Taking a move out of the playbook of WWE Radio's King Booker T. Calling it over on the brand new WWE Radio, calling all the action radio style. Meanwhile, what's going on back in the ring is Williams picking up Baron Corbin, putting Corbin up on his shoulders. Corbin again going after the eyes, pulling on the face. The official didn't see any of it. The problem is the referee knows something happened, but doesn't know what happened. You know what else the referee doesn't know what happened? Is the kendo stick to the back of Corbin and taking down had a Michinoku driver. Trick Williams took down Corbin, but not quite enough for the 3. Lil Yachty thought cracking Corbin in the back to assist Trick Williams would be the end. Thought that was going to be it, but not quite enough. Perhaps thinking trick shot. Oh, was thinking deep 6 again. Big boot by Corbin. Only one man is kicked out of the... No, but there's trouble. And Corbin kicks out. That spinning kick. There was trouble. Certainly didn't feel like paradise for Baron Corbin. Trick Williams is going to what works most as he pulls the knee pad down, ready for trick shot. That knee. Corbin knew trouble was on the way and had to bait in the champion. Corbin's got his eyes on that fuzzy United States Championship. Lil Yachty trying to grab the U.S. title from the hands. Oh, no. Oh, no. Sent through the table. The table didn't fully break. Oh, that is not good. Over the skull, Baron Corbin to Lil Yachty. Never saw it. Jason Ayers never saw it. End of days. No one has ever kicked out Corbin's U.S. champion. It's been a long time since we've seen that in WWE. Only one man is kicked out. And it's going to stay that way as we crown ourselves a new United States champion. Baron Corbin has retrieved the gold. Baron Corbin, a quick return to WWE and quickly back to gold. Corbin finds himself as champion once again in WWE. Baron Corbin brought the fight to Trick Williams and finds himself back. A return to WWE. Years spent away to find his way back to the top of the game. Lil Yachty going through the tables where things went wrong. A shot to Baron Corbin inadvertently sent Lil Yachty through the table and took his eyes off Corbin, focused on Lil Yachty, who got sent through the table. The title got clocked over the skull of Trick Williams. And then the end of days, only one man is kicked out of it. And his name certainly isn't Trick Williams, as we crown a new U.S. champion. Congratulations to Baron Corbin on becoming your brand new United States champion. Well, that was a solid. It was solid. It was a U.S. title match. Coming up next is the interim WWE Women's Championship ladder match. Rhea Ripley is out with an injury. And with that, she holds on to her championship, but we will crown a interim champion in the meantime when we come back from break, which means I'm going to take a quick break to get my voice ready for this next match, because there's going to be all kinds of chaos. And chaos means my voice needs every ounce of energy. We are back live for SummerSlam. SummerSlam brought to you by Gears of War eDay and the wing experts, Wingstop. Go to Flavortown and Chase Freedom, the official credit card of SummerSlam. Have to give a congratulations to the new U.S. champion, Baron Corbin. You can join WWE in Cosm, the best place to watch WWE. It's a whole different experience. It is now time for the interim WWE Women's Championship ladder match. Tiffany Stratton representing Minneapolis, representing Minnesota with the Minnesota Vikings colors. Tiffy Two Belts could be coming your way. However, if a storm rolls over and storms through that, and not just your average storm, I'm talking about Jade Cargill, the former WWE Women's Champion. Jade Cargill is geared up and ready to go. Her gear pays homage to the late, great singer, the one and only Prince. Would love to be WWE champion once again. It's hung high for the interim title. It's a massive opportunity. And it's Chelsea Green making her way. The family is in town. Having the family come down to watch this big moment. A big opportunity for Chelsea Green to become WWE Women's Champion. It could very well be Tiffany Stratton's or Jade Cargill's or Chelsea Green's night. But talk about who's been ready to whoosh past the storm. Knock down Tiffy time. And knock past the rest of the women's division. Lash Legend has been laying out the women's division and is ready to take over, ready to thrive. I have to say, her fiance didn't have a great night after losing the United States Championship to Baron Corbin in the previous match. But you can have a 1-for-2 tonight and could still have a big celebration here in Minneapolis. Lash Legend, out of all the 4 women that are currently in the ring, has not held a singles title in WWE quite yet. So that's a huge chip on her shoulder to step up. Talk about a woman who's always had the biggest chip on her shoulder, being the daughter of the all-time great, becoming her own woman and a 14-time women's champion. A 14-time world champion. It doesn't get any bigger, doesn't get any better than that. Has won more women's world titles than any other in this industry. I'm talking about the Queen, Charlotte Flair. You can sense her presence the moment she comes into a room. Nobody does it like the Queen. This would be number 15 if she is successful. Charlotte has competed in some of the darndest matches in WWE history. Triple threat matches, fatal 4-ways, 5-ways, ladder matches, Hell in a Cell, steel cages. Charlotte's done it all. Even on her gear, it says 14 time. Jade Cargill wasting no time at all trying to go after Charlotte Flair. Oh! Jade Cargill is the one who took out Charlotte Flair's tag team partner, Alexa Bliss. The match has started. Now it's Tiffany Stratton who's measuring up Lash Legend. Oh my, but the power of Legend is stronger than the power and the velocity at which Tiffany Stratton was coming down. Full speed ahead. Chelsea Green only to get caught. It's like running into a brick wall. Lash Legend is as tough as they get. There are a lot of big personalities in this matchup. It takes quite a bit of time to get the ladders in the ring. Then you got to set it up, make sure it's positioned properly. And then by the time you get there, you still have to worry about the fact that how much time has passed. Watching, ready to set it up. Charlotte Flair. Oh! got the boot up. The gear that Charlotte Flair is wearing is paying homage as Charlotte, a class act. Meanwhile, Lash Legend slamming Charlotte into the mat. Actually, it was on the ladder, which I gotta say is much worse. It's Jade Cargill now coming back into the ring. These two heavy hitters. Now this is a face-to-face that many have been waiting to see. Now Chelsea and Tiffany try to get in the ring. Ducked under. Super kicks from Chelsea and Tiffany. They're working together to lay out Legend and Cargill. Smother the Storm and get rid of the Legend. Looking to make this one-on-one. Tiffy time. Working on Jade Cargill. Chelsea try to go for Lash Legend, but a double pump kick. Tiffany, Chelsea removed from the equation, and it comes down to Lash and Jade. What a German suplex. But the queen is up at the top. And like a queen bee, she flies, she soars, and she scores. Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair setting up the ladder after removing Jade Cargill, but here comes Lash Legend back into the fray. This is not where you want to be. And a military press. Down goes Charlotte. Lash Legend removing the 14-time champion from the equation. Lash, you got to really reposition that. Got to think about where you're heading. Wasted too much time as Stratton got the double knees. Too long. Too little time can be wasted when you're trying to get up to climb for the gold. Oh, look at this. WrestleMania a couple of years ago. These two have fought over it before. Tiffany Stratton defeating Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania for the WWE Women's Championship. So there is history. Down goes Tiffany Stratton. Missile dropkick by Chelsea. Lays out Charlotte. She grazed her, but I don't know if she got enough. But if that wasn't enough, Tiffany Stratton planting Charlotte face first on the ladder. An opening. Chelsea Green, you could have your SummerSlam moment. Your family's in town. Do it for them. Jade Cargill is on the attack of Chelsea Green. Sometimes defense is required. Oh, no. Unfortunately for Chelsea, she's about to get jaded onto the ladder. I highly doubt we're going to see Chelsea again. Jade Cargill makes her climb. Tiffany Stratton is getting back in it. Jade Cargill again battling. Chokeslam attempt. Nope. Backstabber. Down goes Cargill. Tiffy time, and it's Tiffy's time to make the climb. But Charlotte Flair is there. Tiffy won't give up as she continues to fight, continues her climb to the top despite Charlotte's attempts at pulling down Tiffany Stratton. Caught up. Tiffany Stratton, Zone of Fury. You heard her battle cry as she is ready to bring the fight. Whatever's next, it's going to be devastating. You got to go big or go home. May have had an idea, but ideas backfire. Getting planted, bouncing off the ladder. Tiffany Stratton gets the worst of it. Legend planting and showing who's boss. Lash, you gotta go for it now. Popping up and driving down Tiffany Stratton onto the ladder. The way that Tiffany's body, the way that her back bounced off the ladder. The body isn't supposed to do that. As Charlotte came in with a big boot. Charlotte makes her climb. Number 15, all alone. You gotta grab it. Uh-oh. You barely have any time. Once you're up there, you better grab the title as quickly as you can. Oh, no, and Charlotte gets dropped down. Using Charlotte as a battering ram to Lash, but Lash with a pump kick. Lash looks up. Can she seize the moment? The Queen and the Storm are out to win her first singles title. Now that the ladder is in position. She didn't fully get in the right position, but she's as close as she can get. She can still get her hands on it, but Tiffany's there now. Strat knocks down Legend. Trying to get there, but just too far away was Tiffany Stratton. Now Legend pulling down. Oh, my. Oh, a Hurricane Rana this time. Tiffany going to climb, try and reposition. Her ribs aren't there where she wants them to be, but she a little bit far. That's her friend. Didn't have a choice, she felt like. And everybody's down. Everybody's down. Chelsea, this is your moment. Take it home. Do you believe? Everybody's been taken out. It's your opportunity. Climb. Seize your opportunity. Do it. There's nobody else to stop you. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. This is nonsense. The problem is there's no rules. B-Fab and Meechin laying out Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green would be women's champion right now if it wasn't for these two. This is garbage. Now it's to help Jade Cargill. It was always planned this. Always had a plan. And now Jade Cargill's just going to win it just like that. But maybe not. because here comes Charlotte. Charlotte trying to fight at Cargill, but Cargill kicks down at Charlotte. Another ladder. Now it's everybody. The 4 of 5. Chelsea's still down from Meechin and B-Fab's attack. Legend and Stratton go down. Jade and Charlotte. Jade is the closest. Charlotte coming in second. Jade has her hands on the title, though. This is going to be it. The final moments. And both women go down. It's nobody's game. Chelsea's back up. She's back up. An opportunity. An opportunity. Chelsea's done it. Chelsea Green is the interim women's champion. I mentioned you believe in miracles, but that's before she was almost screwed by B-Fab and Meechin. You can truly believe in miracles. Chelsea Green brought her family down from Canada. And to have your family witness this historic moment, Chelsea Green is finally a WWE Women's Champion, the most prestigious prize. Chelsea Green has finally done it, overcoming all the odds. For all the doubters, all the haters, when you didn't believe in her. There were times when nobody would give a chance to Chelsea Green, but here we are. Chelsea Green is the WWE Women's Champion. Let's get a look at this. Chelsea Green knocking Tiffany Stratton in, laying out, clearing out house. Lash Legend, Charlotte, and Jade. With all 4 women out, Chelsea Green was all alone. And this is what I was talking about. B-Fab, Meechin coming out to attack Chelsea on what seemed to be the opportunity. Then trying to help Jade, but down would go Lash Legend and Tiffany Stratton. And then when you thought that it was going to be either Jade or Charlotte, both women went down. And even though she was dangling from the ladder, almost like reviving herself like a dead man, a dead woman, should I say. Truly a phenom and a phenomenal moment. Chelsea Green proves that she is worthy. She's got the gold, and Chelsea Green is interim WWE champion. Congratulations to Chelsea Green on this incredible moment. That was an incredible moment. So I've done a lot of commentary over the past 4 years. But coming up next, this is a true first. A human money is on a pole match. And it's coming next. And I'm going to take another break to get ready for the next match. We are back. It's been a hell of a night. It's finally happening. It's the Human Monies match. Human Monies on a pole. All right. Welcome back, Lorelai. Yeah, I can't control when the ads pop up. They just do. Dirty Dom did spend some time in jail a couple of years ago, so getting some money on a pole and stealing some money does look right up his alley. So it's all fair play here. You win, climb the far corner, grab the money in the bag. Once you take it off the hook, it's all yours. Who wouldn't want 10 G's? Danhausen in the cursed mobile. Danhausen's tights honoring the great Bret Hart, as you can see. Danhausen giving his cape to a fan. There was an investment made, and, well, everybody's getting screwed here. Here we go. The bell rings. This match is underway. Dominic quickly attacking Danhausen, then tried to go after the human monies. Danhausen isn't going to let it end that easily. Now Danhausen wants to take a grab at the monies. Dominic with a kick to the back of Danhausen. Nice drop kick. Now looking for a 619. 6-1. Nobody home. Duck through and a throwaway Northern Lights suplex by Danhausen. Full speed. Danhausen's had a pretty big year. Cursed the Knicks, then uncursed the Knicks, and after he uncursed the Knicks would go on and a huge comeback to win the NBA championship. Dominic Mysterio now stomping away at Danhausen as he stands over Danhausen to try and retrieve the human monies off of the pole. And here comes the Three Amigos paying homage to the late, great Eddie Guerrero. Over 20 years ago, it was Dominic Mysterio's father. Well, I guess they're still kind of related, even though I don't know if Rey Mysterio officially disowned Dominic yet. Although right now, Danhausen with an inverted DDT taking out Dominic. It was over 20 years ago that the late Eddie Guerrero and Dominic's deadbeat dad, quote unquote, deadbeat dad, competed in a ladder match for the custody of Dirty Dominic Mysterio. At this very event, the biggest party of the summer, you had to know this was going to happen. Here comes JD McDonough. JD McDonough's been waiting for this moment to screw over Danhausen. JD McDonough did get electrocuted by Danhausen, so I'd want to get revenge too if somebody electrocuted me. Actually, I did once get electrocuted. It wasn't as fun as you think it is. You don't get superpowers either. And speaking of superpowers, here comes the Mini-Hausens going after JD McDonough after McDonough just moonsaulted Danhausen. It's kind of funny. The Mini-Hausens are almost as tall as JD McDonough. I think that's the only people that JD McDonough will ever be able to choke slam. Gets caught. This is the Mini-Hausen that we all know. Oh, dropping down with a headbutt, springboarding. Up and through, tornado DDT. JD McDonough may have met his mini match. the Minihausen's maybe trying to find a way to retrieve the monies. But Dominic Mysterio is trying to get rid of the Minihausen's with 100 G's. And I was mistaken for the 10 G's I originally thought it was going to be. And I thought some 90 grand was already lost. Nope, the full 100 grand is there. And I don't blame either man for wanting this money. 100 grand's 100 grand. You can buy a lot with 100 grand. I just got to say, there's some pretty nice cars out there. It would cover about half of it, but still you could get a pretty nice car, I got to say. Danhausen crawling over quickly, trying to get as close as he can, makes his climb. Is Danhausen going to get the monies? And JD McDonough's back in it and nails Danhausen with a headbutt. McDonough dumps Danhausen to the outside onto the floor. McDonough trying to tell Dom to get back up. Oh, it's going to be evened up here. Joe Hendry has arrived at SummerSlam. Oh, the guitar right over the back of JD McDonough. Joe Hendry is here. Joe Hendry trying to hype Danhausen to go for the 100 grand. But Dominic Mysterio is there first. Dominic has Danhausen in a very bad position. The little Danhausens are certainly not feeling it. Dominic's been cursed. He just got cursed. And just an explosion right in the face of Dirty Dom. Danhausen's done it. Danhausen is the beholder of 100 grand. Danhausen's got the human monies. Danhausen has done it. Joe Hendry removing JD McDonough from the equation. The Minihausen's invaded. JD McDonough finally felt like the big man for a change. Unfortunately, one Minihausen gave McDonough a run for his money and even laid out Dirty Dom. Joe Hendry would come out and then bang with the guitar over the spine of McDonough. The end would be this. Once you get cursed, it's game over. The explosion of the pyro in the face of Mysterio. Dom fell off the top, blinded. Danhausen holds 100 G's. I don't know what he's going to spend it on. Maybe he's going to Disney World. It could be just like winning the Super Bowl. Either way, Danhausen is victorious over Dominic Mysterio here at SummerSlam. What's he saying to the referee? He just threw the money into the crowd. I'll take some. He's got some more human monies. It looks, is it the real deal? It's hard to tell. They're all dollar bills. Oh, it's all mixed in. Real money's Danhausen dollars. It's all mixed in. Either way, Danhausen wins the money. With two matches to go, it's been a crazy night, and we are almost at the end. But not quite yet, because we still have two matches that have all the hype in the world. Vic Joseph, Booker T calling all the action on WWE Radio on channel 156 Sirius XM. Lorelai over on Twitch saying if she had the $100,000, I'd get a VIP ticket for either WWE or AEW when they are in my hometown. I think you'd still have some money left over. It's Chad Gable, it's Penta, and it's next for the Intercontinental Championship. What is this commercial? Rougiette? Are you serious? What is this? What? There's no way. Is this a real ad? I can't believe that they just did that for WWE. Back to the good old days, huh? You're going with Penta. I'll take Gable in his hometown. I'll take the hometown kid coming off a big match. That was the mask versus mask match. I know that Penta and Rey Fenix, his brother, have been having some tag team matches, some dark matches on SmackDown as of late. So maybe they're prepping them to go for the tag team titles over on SmackDown, while Chad Gable finally gets his moment as the Intercontinental Champion, which is beyond long overdue. I'm going to take a break before we get to our second to last matchup. The legends are out. Rick Martel is in the house. The great Greg Gagne, son of Vern Gagne. And Molly Holly, Hall of Fame class of 2021. And Wheatley American Vodka. Bringing in Master Sergeant Shane Trisco, Military Spotlight. Please drink responsibly. Minnesota wants to see it. They've been waiting for it. Chad Gable and Penta Intercontinental Championship. Chad Gable's wife and kids in the crowd. His mother, his father, all the family is in town. I see the bot. I just can't get rid of it right this second. Chad Gable feeding off the Minnesota crowd as he looks to gain the Intercontinental Championship. And attempt another one. He has tried time and time again, except the problem was his challenge was the ring general Gunther. This time he's got Penta. Penta's it's going to be a different challenge than the ring general. All right, I'm going to take care of this now. Penta, who defeated Dominic Mysterio to become the Intercontinental Champion. A massive moment for Penta. Penta also cost Chad Gable nearly a year of his career. And Penta would send Chad Gable. And, well, not exactly send him, but Chad Gable went on his way to understand the lucha libre style and now has a whole different viewpoint, a whole different level of respect, especially after his match, the mask versus mask match against El Grande Americano when he was the original El Grande Americano. Eddie Orengo, the official. It's all about that Intercontinental Championship. Eddie Orengo, who is the official for this matchup. It's all about the Intercontinental Championship, a title that Chad Gable has gone after time and time again. This time, it's against Penta. The bell rings. A match that everyone has been clamoring for after the match that Gable had as original El Grande Americano against El Grande Americano, the mask versus mask match. This is a different fight, a different field. The biggest party of the SummerSlam as they show their respect. A handshake. Talk about a code. That's honor right there. And respect. Going right for the ankle lock. Oh! Went for a cover. Now, after all that time that Chad Gable spent learning and fully understanding the Lucha Libre style, is that going to be the difference maker that's finally going to lead him into becoming the Intercontinental Champion? It's the big reason he even did this to begin with is because he was tired of dealing with all the luchadors. But then it became a whole different ball game when he became one and respected it and understood what it means to be a part of the culture. Gable rushed in and got caught. It was knee into the rib cage. Penta's getting the early offense on Chad Gable. The fans want to see their hometown hero, the Minnesota native, Chad Gable, take down Penta. Their other Minneapolis, Minnesota native didn't have the best night either last night. I know I shouldn't say either because this match is nowhere near close to being over. Of course, I'm talking about Brock Lesnar falling short to the ruler Obafemi in the Hell in a Cell match. However, this is Chad Gable going for the Intercontinental title. The bridge off the German suplex, not enough to keep Penta down for 3. Penta, a man who shows zero fear, will do what it takes. Whatever he's got to do, Penta's willing to go for it. Gable's shoulder got sent into the turnbuckle. The shoulder injury is what left Gable out of action for so long. Trying to go for a backstabber, but you don't see that blocked like that too often. Just because the way the momentum leans back. Moonsault off the back. Penta, impressive counter. Hooking both legs, and even that wasn't enough to keep down Gable. Let's get another look at this. Bang! That was money. That was pure money. And not even talking about and I'm not even talking about the human monies we just saw in the previous matchup between Dirty Dom and Danhausen, which Danhausen overcame Dirty Dom and left with 100 G's, and then, of course, threw it into the crowd. So it might not be 100 G's at this point. Penta was caught in the ankle lock, but sent Gable to the outside. Up and over. Tope Con Hilo. Shining through like a star. Bursting through. The shoulder could be in severe pain. It could be all over again. The devastation of re-injuring yourself. It leaves you with so much doubt as if it's even worth doing it anymore. as if it's ever worth getting back and doing what you love. Gable has got to win this match by pinfall or submission inside the ring to leave as champion. Penta was thinking, Penta's got it. Penta driver. Gable kicks out at 2. Off the Penta driver. If Chad Gable's arm is as bad as it seems to be, it could be a rude awakening for Chad Gable the longer this match goes on. Chad Gable and Penta head to head. Oh, what a emphatic overhand chop to the chest. And Gable gives one, dishing it right back. Oh, it sounded like a firecracker. If you can dish it out, you got to be able to take it too. That's what Penta's finding out. These two just dishing it back and forth. Who's going to get the better of the exchange? And it's Penta with a super kick that knocks Gable down. But Gable uses the momentum of Penta against him with a belly suplex into the corner. Chad Gable thought he had it. Let's get another look at this. Popping up and over. Able to bridge through with that belly overthrow. Gable taking a little bit of time to get up to the top. Thinking, oh, gets caught. Oh, you do not want this. If this is bad. This is bad for Gable in the middle of the ring. This is as bad as it gets. That can dislocate the shoulder. While Chad Gable was able to kick out, you got to think about the long-term damage that's been caused by the way that Penta wrenched and pulled back on the arm of Chad Gable. Oh, continuous work. Penta doing what he feels he must if he's going to keep down Chad Gable. Penta, is he calling for the Mexican destroy? Nope. Takedown, roll through. Into an ankle lock. Gable's got it, but Penta rolls through. Penta able to shift the weight. Now going for the arm of Penta. And I would say an eye for an eye, but it's an arm for an arm. You know what they say? An eye for an eye leaves both men blind. But it's not going to happen tonight. What might happen is devastation as Chad Gable nails Penta with a German suplex on the apron. That's not where you ever want to be. As rough as it gets. Gable going high risk. Risk it all. And the winner takes it all. Will it be Chad Gable? Will it be Penta? Gable got all of that moonsault on Penta. Can Gable head back up high and secure? Chad Gable's got his eyes set. Diving headbutt. Gable's doing what he feels he must to reach the unreachable star. Gable is not quite there. We had to see that again. That German suplex on the apron is as devastating as it gets. And then this picture-perfect moonsault laying out Penta on the floor. Then the diving headbutt catches money, and still not enough even after hooking the leg for the pinfall off the diving headbutt. Chad Gable perching Penta up at the top. Nailed a jab at Penta. What does Chad Gable have in mind? Whatever it is, I wouldn't want to be Penta, but Penta is fighting back. No. Mexican Destroyer on the apron. And I thought the German suplex on the apron was brutal and devastating. That's got to be it. Game over. But Gable shows life as he kicks at it too. Let's get another look at it. Oh, yeah. The problem is Penta didn't get fully landing on Chad Gable's head. He didn't get the way he wanted it 100%. But this time, he can. He has the opportunity to do so. And if he does, you got to think it's over. Gable blocks, turns it into an ankle lock. This is an incredible opportunity for Gable, center of the ring, nowhere to go. Penta is starting to struggle, starting to panic. You cannot panic in this situation. Penta had the bottom rope, but gets pulled far away back. Will Penta tap? He taps! Chad Gable's done it! Chad Gable's the Intercontinental Champion! Chad Gable has finally realized the dream! The emotions are setting heavy in Chad Gable. Chad Gable has done it. Years and years of fighting to become the Intercontinental Champion. The title that has been held by the all-time greats, the likes of Pat Patterson, the likes of Mr. Perfect, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, The Rock, and so many more. Chad Gable can add his name to that historic list. Penta tried to put this thing away with another Mexican Destroyer. Chad Gable would block, get in that ankle lock, would hold on for dear life in the middle of the ring, and to end it all, once he hooked and wrapped his legs around the leg of Penta with Penta nowhere to go, Penta had no choice but to tap out, and his family got to watch it all up front, up close. This is well-earned, well-deserved for Chad Gable. Finally seizing the opportunity. Finally, the moment. Penta showing his respect to Chad Gable. Taking the title from Chad Gable because he wants to do this the right way. That's respect. That's how you do it. That is nothing but respect. Chad Gable earned his respect the way he took care of and understood the Lucha Libre style when he went down to AAA as the original El Grande Americano. And now he has found his way back, and he is Intercontinental Champion. Moments like these don't come often. Soak in your moment. Your family is here. Chad Gable's parents, his wife, his kids are in the ring. They get to celebrate. They get to see this moment, all the hard-fought years from Chad Gable fighting back from a shoulder injury. Heading back. And now we're going to get a speech from Chad Gable celebrating in his hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota. How can you just not love this guy? This guy has fought through so much. From tag team, from being a tag team in American Alpha, starting out in NXT alongside WWE producer Jason Jordan, to finding himself as a singles star, and now here we are. What better way to celebrate than a mug? A nice root beer. Got that. Chad Gable comes out as the top dog, and he's got that dog in him. He certainly had it to become the Intercontinental Champion. What a match. Unfortunately, Lorelai, you almost had it. You had a 50-50 shot of guessing correctly. Triple Mania Night 1 heading over to MGM Grand Garden Arena. Pre-sale tomorrow, 10 a.m. Tickets on sale Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific. That's for September 11th. Triple Mania 34. First ever 2 nights. Night 1, September 11th. You won't want to miss it. Be there or be square. Ryan Garcia and Connor Ben. Saturday, September 12th in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. You won't want to miss that one. It's time for our main event coming up next for the World Heavyweight Championship, the match that everyone's been waiting for. 15 years in the making. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins for the World's Championship. All right. Now we're going to take a break. This is the final break of the stream as we get ready and prepped for our main event. We are back live. Thank you, Prince Ray 27, for following over on Twitch. Thank you for tuning in to my SummerSlam commentary for night 2. I hope you've been enjoying SummerSlam. Welcome in to B_Jaramago 123. Unfortunately, give me a second. Seth Rollins knows how to play a little bit of mind games. Rollins' gear trying to add a little bit of old Shield flavor, but with a Seth Rollins flair to it. Rollins with a little extra piece to cover the face. I wonder how deep he had to dig into his boxes of old Shield stuff just to find that mask. Any mind game is a mind game that can get in the head of Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins isn't risking wasting it. Rollins will always play the Shield references no matter what. It's how it's always worked to get inside the mind of Roman Reigns. That past has always haunted the OTC. From the muscle of the Shield to becoming the big dog, to becoming the head of the table, to becoming the OTC. It's always been a way for Rollins to get in Reigns' head. Always been that dark, dark past that Seth Rollins can just hold over Roman Reigns' head. This match is brought to you by Wingstop. Get flavor delivered right to your store by the wing experts. Roman making Seth Rollins wait. Maybe it's the opposite way around. Maybe Roman Reigns has figured it out. The whole room stops and stares as the OTC makes his way. 12 years ago, the steel chair that Seth Rollins drove into the back of both Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose will forever be etched in WWE history as one of the biggest backstabbings, and it created two of the all-time great singles competitors in Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. You gotta wonder, if that steel chair doesn't happen, what happens for Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins? And both of them have played a big part in getting WWE to where it is today. From the heist of the century, from Roman Reigns' 1,300 plus day reign as the undisputed WWE champion. Having the fourth longest reign as WWE champion is at 1,316 days is one of the most impressive things. I mean, you can't take that away from Roman Reigns no matter what. Bruno Sammartino had the greatest reign at holding it for 11 years. Roman Reigns making this a different reign. It started at WrestleMania. Here we are 105 days later. Roman Reigns promised he wouldn't miss an opportunity for the world to defend the title. Any chance he had to defend it, he would. Roman Reigns 7-1 at SummerSlam. Rollins has a great streak in his own right at SummerSlam as well. And unfortunately, last year, Rollins would cash in the Money in the Bank to defeat CM Punk to win the world title. But the unfortunate part is, despite faking an injury, ultimately a real injury would happen, and Rollins would be forced to relinquish the title for CM Punk to win back the world title. And then Roman Reigns would defeat CM Punk at WrestleMania to win the World Heavyweight title. Now, here we are. Roman Reigns is world champion. Seth Rollins is challenging to win it back. And let's go to the great Alicia Taylor. The fans are singing the song of Seth Rollins. Rollins doesn't even have to get in Roman Reigns' head. The fans are doing it for Seth Rollins. And Rollins is loving every bit of it. Sean Bennett is the official for this world title match. Roman Reigns saying to Seth Rollins, "I hate you." Following Rollins saying how much he loves Roman Reigns no matter what. That's just Rollins getting in the head of Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns knows that wholeheartedly. For Seth Rollins to leave as champion, he's got to be in full mind games mode. He's got to be at peak Rollins. He has to be the architect, the visionary, the revolutionary Seth freaking Rollins. For Roman Reigns to retain, he's got to forget about the past and focus on the present. Seth Rollins trying to tell Roman, you want to put on the vest for old time's sake? Trying to get in the head of Roman Reigns early in the match. Trying to already get in the head. It's never too early to start getting in your opponent's mind. You want to do it as soon as you can. The pain of the Shield has always cost Roman Reigns time and time again. The one time these two came head to head during Roman Reigns' historic 1,316-day reign as undisputed champion, it was the Royal Rumble 2022. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. Rollins came out, Shield music and all, Shield gear and all. And because of the mind games, Roman Reigns would lose by disqualification because he refused to let go of the guillotine submission on Seth Rollins. Rollins knows he can get in Roman Reigns' head. Roman Reigns knows that Rollins can get in his head too. That's why Roman Reigns has to try that much harder to be level-headed, to be focused, to be ready for whatever Rollins has coming his way. Roman pushing Rollins in the corner. It seems that Roman just wants to put an end to Rollins early. We know that Roman Reigns has the power advantage over Seth Rollins. That's why Roman Reigns was always the muscle in the Shield. That's why Rollins was always the mind of the Shield. He was the architect for a reason. He built the idea of what the Shield was. Seth Rollins teasing around with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. I have to go back because there's a two-part to Rollins' role in Roman Reigns' 1,316-day reign. First, it was their encounter at Royal Rumble 2022 when Rollins would be the first one to quote unquote defeat Roman Reigns. He didn't leave with the championship, but it was a disqualification victory because Roman Reigns got in the head of Roman Reigns. The second part of all of it is Seth Rollins trying to be the Shield for Cody Rhodes at the end at WrestleMania 40. And ultimately, Roman Reigns would choose a chair shot at Rollins instead of going for Cody, and that would lead to the end. 1, 2, 3, crossroads, and Rhodes would end the reign. Rollins is up on his feet. Roman Reigns is down. Is Rollins in the head of Roman Reigns already? Roman's eyes are telling an interesting story, but I'm not 100% sure on what exactly the story is telling for sure. Is there worry? Is there doubt? Roman Reigns went for a shot. Rollins has got the quickness on Reigns. It just looks like Rollins is already there inside the head of Reigns. Reigns is getting frustrated now, tries to turn around, but Rollins is just faster right now. Rollins has won every big match these two have been a part of. Let's go back to WrestleMania last year, WrestleMania 41, the triple threat, the two people that Roman Reigns hates the most, Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Seth Rollins stole Roman Reigns' wise man. In the process, Paul Heyman, low-blowing Roman Reigns, would start the Vision. Seth Rollins would win the triple threat match. And the Vision would blow up in its own process. And here we are. Rollins is a lone wolf again. Rollins has got Roman right where he wants him. Rollins and turning on the Shield created Roman Reigns as he is today. Rollins is the reason Roman has become the biggest star in WWE, the most known name in the sport today. Roman Reigns coming in with these clotheslines to Rollins in the corner. Almost at 10. And there comes number 10. Roman wants to do everything he can to punish Seth Rollins. Big boot. Down goes the architect, the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth Rollins. Ones to the sky. Roman Reigns taking a little bit of time to get ready. Locked, loaded, and ready to amp it up. It is time. Superman punch gets blocked, denied, and a forearm by Rollins. Clothesline sending Reigns to the outside on the floor. Every time Roman tries to go for something big, Rollins counters. Rollins showing that just how well he knows Roman Reigns. Suicide dive sends Roman hard into the barricade. Rollins good looking to run it back for number 2. Roman spine first in the barricade, holding onto the lower back. You take out the lower back, you take out a lot of the power in the legs. Number 3, a trio. That time into the Spanish announce desk. Rollins finds himself in control, taking the lead over Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns never has an off night. I've always seen it time and time again. The only time that Roman Reigns has ever had an off night is if his opponent is this man, Seth Rollins. There's just too much history. Roman Reigns can take anybody in the world on, from Brock Lesnar to John Cena, all of the greatest big men in WWE. But when it comes to Seth Rollins, it's like fighting a brother you don't even know anymore. It's like fighting a brother who backstabbed you and then kicked you out of the family. And a drive-by by Roman Reigns lays out Rollins. Roman trying to feed off the OTC chants as he pointed at the crowd. Roman dumping Rollins over the barricade into the fans. The crowd fighting out into the arena now. This is spilling out. We've been seeing a lot of leeway for these title matches tonight by the officials, which is generous, being that it is the biggest party of the summer. Trading blows. Now it's becoming a violent brawl between Reigns and Rollins. And Rollins gets driven into the guardrail. Where are they heading to? Oh! Taking a stanchion into the midsection of Roman Reigns. Roman having a hard time breathing following that stanchion shot to the midsection. And it's about to get a whole lot worse. Looking for a suplex on the exposed floor. It's going to be as bad as it gets. Oh, I felt that in my soul. I hope you took a deep breath. Right on the steel. Oh, I felt that. That is going to be a big difference maker for the rest of this match. As long as this match shall go on. Oh, went for a spear to Rollins, but Rollins got the boot up. Knew trouble was near and had to fight through the pain to block Reigns. Driving the knee off the barricade into the skull of Reigns. Rollins rolls back into the ring. And then rolling back out to stop the lenient count of the referee. Sean Bennett telling them they need to get this match in the ring. It's all about survival mode. It's all about Rollins getting in the head of Reigns, trying to mock the tribal chief. Went for a spear, but gets caught. He got caught with a guillotine and then picked up with a power bomb. Taking a shield bomb. And a shield bomb through the Spanish announce desk. Roman Reigns driving Rollins spine first through the Spanish announce desk. First, it was the suplex on the exposed floor. Now it's the shield bomb through the Spanish announce desk. You can call it a power bomb, but it certainly looked a lot like the shield bomb. Roman Reigns breaks the count. Now the count restarts. Roman Reigns going to turn this thing around. Now Roman Reigns is starting to get in his groove. Roman is about to take it to a whole new level. Roman Reigns saying, let me show you how we do it on night 2. What is Roman Reigns thinking? Rollins. No. How is Rollins even still up like this? Now it's Rollins' turn. Rollins with the bomb. Usually Rollins does that into the corner, the buckle bomb. But instead Rollins does the bomb into and through the announce desk. Rollins lays out Reigns. What goes up must come down. Through the announce desk. Both tables are out of the play. Who is going to get back up first and take control? Just when you thought Roman Reigns powerbombing Rollins through the Spanish announce desk wasn't bad enough and was going to take Rollins out of the playbook, take Rollins out of play, Rollins found a way to manage back and pull the same move out of his playbook with a powerbomb through the other announce desk. Both men are down and out. This could end. Can you imagine? I don't even know how Roman Reigns made it before the count. Rollins. Pedigree! Rollins got the pedigree for the title. Oh, but Roman Reigns at 2.5 manages to get the shoulder up. just when Rollins thought he had it won. That pedigree has become so useful for Rollins time and time again. There was a point in Rollins' career where Rollins ditched the stomp for a bit and used the pedigree that was handed down to him by his mentor, the Game, the cerebral assassin, and currently the chief content officer, Paul Triple H Levesque. When Rollins would be the face of the authority as the WWE champion following the heist of the century, he was given the world. But Reigns with a Superman punch. Reigns got it. Rollins is down, but he isn't out as Rollins kicks at it too. Was it on instinct? Or did Rollins just have that much left in the tank? Reigns got a perfect Superman punch. Still not enough to keep down Seth Rollins. The deep waters of the match. It's about fighting through the pain. It's about fighting through the exhaustion, going the distance, and overcoming your opponent. You have to come up with a different game plan once you enter the deep stages of this match. Roman Reigns is up and he's ready. He's got his eyes locked on Rollins. And we're seeing that look. Is there doubt again? Roman Reigns is calling a shot again. Who will win? Is it going to be Roman Reigns? Is it going to be Seth Rollins? Roman Reigns is ready to go for the big one. The spear to put it home. Went for the spear. Rollins leaped. Seth gets the stomp. We got a new world champion. That's gotta do it. 1, 2, 3. You gotta be kidding me. How in the world did Roman Reigns just kick out of a picture perfect stomp? Roman Reigns just kicked out of the stomp. Get another look at this. Roman Reigns went for a spear. Rollins ducked. Reigns went in the middle turnbuckle. Then a perfect stomp right into the canvas in the middle of the ring. Rollins leaning far back, both legs hooked. Roman Reigns' body seemed lifeless, and it all seemed hopeless for the OTC. But Reigns managed to survive. Roman Reigns telling Rollins that he will always live in his shadow. Seth wants to do everything to shove all those words that Roman Reigns has said to Rollins up where the sun don't shine. Rollins has Roman up on his shoulders. What is Rollins thinking? Rollins is posting Reigns up at the top. What a right to Reigns. Seth Rollins. Rollins going big, going high risk, high reward, take it home. Rollins wants the gold again more than anything. Rollins is the inaugural holder of the brand new version of the world title, defeating the phenomenal AJ Styles a few years ago at Night of Champions. Rollins back up at the top. Back up. This time, Rollins is going for it. And he gets it. The superplex. And he turns it right through. Wait. Roman turns and counters. Roman counters. He's got the guillotine. Rollins. Is Rollins going to tap? Center of the ring. Rollins is stuck. Rollins is starting to fade. This is going from bad to worse for the Visionary. Rollins still showing that there's signs of life as he tries to stay up. And now the legs are wrapped around the midsection of Rollins all the way to Roman Reigns. wrapped around Rollins. Rollins collapses into the mat. This is going to be over. There's no doubt. That's it. But Rollins isn't out. Rollins is saying no. I don't know how you're going to get out. Rollins saying he's still got to fight, pulling on his hair, trying to fight. This is resilience and willpower at its finest. Rollins does everything to lift Reigns up. But Reigns is not letting go. Rollins slips through. Look at that. Oh. Roman. And a spear. Speared by Reigns. That's it. Game over. Nope. Rollins somehow managed to survive the spear. I just don't think this match is ever going to end. This match might end when they literally tear each other to pieces and there is nothing left but their lifeless bodies in the ring. These two are going to fight to the death. Everybody at US Bank Stadium were on their feet thinking Roman Reigns had it won right then and there. Roman Reigns saying that was 3. This is where the doubt stat really sets in, thinking you had it won right then and there, but it just wasn't enough. You hit your arch nemesis with your biggest move, and it's still not enough to keep him down. Roman Reigns saying, you're number 2. Roman Reigns is starting to get frustrated. You can't do it now. It's just not the right time to get frustrated. Rollins saying, hit me more. Roman going into a shooting rage. But is he going in blind? Rollins can hardly move. And this is it. Oh, but a spear by Rollins! Spear by Rollins! Rollins has got a spear and he crawls over and he gets the arm. He shoots the half. He's got it. Oh, but Reigns kicks out again. Not today. This is as classic as it gets. There's a reason this is your main event. These two are not holding back just when Roman Reigns was building up for a super spear. Rollins was there to stop Reigns in his tracks with a spear of his own. 1, 2, and nope. You certainly can't blame Sean Bennett for that. Both men just want to tear each other to pieces. Neither man wants to stay down to the other. They know all too well what is at stake. It's more than just a championship. It's their hatred for each other, their longtime rivalry over 10 years. Almost 15 years, these two. Rollins saying the only reason you're number 1 is because they made you that way. Rollins. Mind games are coming in. Lifting up Reigns. And a buckle bomb. And I was stopped. Nope. Ducked. Reigns now. It's now Reigns. Reigns with a buckle bomb to Rollins. And a taste. A stomp by Reigns to Rollins. How apropos would this be? Oh! Can you imagine if Roman Reigns defeated Seth Rollins with a stomp? I have no idea how this is going to end. I don't even think these two care about the world title anymore. Competition, hatred at its finest. Being the top of the top. It's always been about besting each other and proving who is better than the other. There is still no clear answer. All requests for victories between these two have been denied by the other. I don't even know how these two are able to move the way they are at this point. The fact that they're able to get up on their own will. Seth Rollins saying, is this the part where the bloodline come down to get me? They're just firing each other up, just angry at each other. They're talking a lot of smack to each other. I don't know how they are the way they are right now. Fueled by rage, fueled by hatred. I've been using that word quite a lot in this match because that's what it is. Rollins dishes it back to Reigns. Reigns dishing it back to Rollins. Rollins returns the favor. Oh, what an uppercut by Reigns, but the ref goes down. With the official down. The official may be down. I haven't seen that in a while. Playing out of Dean Ambrose's playbook. No way. Was thinking dirty deeds. Instead, it's Roman Reigns who does it. The third Shield member. The ref is starting to get back up. But Reigns spears the ref as Rollins got out of the way. The official isn't there. Rollins stomps Reigns. Both men are down. Nobody's around. There's no official. Both men are down. I don't even know if Seth would have even been able to go for a cover that so soon. After, even if the official was there. This is one of the greatest matches I have ever been able to call. And I pretty much say that every time I see these two compete, because they are the top of the top, the best of the best. It's as good as it gets when it comes to Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. This is going to be talked about forever. This matchup right here, right now, you're witnessing a legend in the making. What does Rollins have in mind? Rollins limping. What in the world could Rollins be going for? He's looking at the title, I think. Telling the timekeeper to move. The normal rules suddenly disappear as Seth Rollins takes a chair. The weapon that started it all is the weapon that Rollins brings in again. And look where Roman Reigns is positioned. All these years later, it all comes full circle. Circa 2014. He doesn't know what's about to hit him. Rollins had hesitation with the chair. Roman Reigns now starting to think about the use of the chair. With Roman Reigns thinking about it, the same position that Roman was in all those years ago, now Rollins is in. Roman Reigns won't let his emotions get the best of him. Not on this night. Not this way. Roman Reigns saying, we're going to end this man to man, me and you. This is going to end the way it always should have. It's going to settle the score once and for all. And now they collide again, just going right at it. Slugging it out, final round. Who's got more left in the tank? Reigns gets a shot in. Does Rollins have a shot left in him to take back? And he does. He has one for Reigns. Rollins shoots one back at Reigns. Rollins saying, hit me with your best shot. Rollins trying to tell Roman to come on. I don't know how wise that was to anger Roman Reigns and piss him off with a kick. And now the Kawada kicks. Oh, but an uppercut by Reigns. Stuns Rollins. Super kick. Superman punch. Oh, but a pedigree. Rollins caught Reigns in midair. Pedigree. Rollins caught Reigns in midair. Nope. Roman managed to duck. But that time, Reigns has got to be done. No way. No way. Went for a super stomp, but not there. But look who's there for a super spear. Roman Reigns. And then finally, it's going to end like this. The final nail in the coffin. Roman Reigns has absolutely had it with Rollins. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen now. But where is the referee? The referee really got laid out from that spear. And there it is. That's it. The death blow. 1, 2, and 3. Roman Reigns has finally done it. Roman Reigns has finally defeated Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns has done it. He has put an end to Seth Rollins in one of the darndest matches I have ever witnessed. One of the greatest SummerSlam main events I have ever had the pleasure of calling. I don't think we'll ever see a match like that again. With so much history behind it. These two fought their hearts out and beyond, fought their souls. And in the end, it was Roman Reigns coming out on top and is still the world champion. Roman Reigns takes a good look at that world title. It was one-on-one, no interference, nobody to get involved. Roman Reigns holds the title high, holds the title proud. There is no doubt at the end of it who wanted it more. Roman Reigns with a super spear got caught with a pedigree. Rollins got the stomp, went for a super stomp. Roman managed to get out of the way somehow. Then a spear by Reigns out of the corner. Another spear. Poetic justice for Roman Reigns to finally get a victory over Seth Rollins. Finally get the big one. Even though he's the champion, he finally got the big one over on Rollins to leave no doubt behind. Justin Jefferson of the Minnesota Vikings loved every moment of it. All loose ends are all tied up. There is nothing holding Reigns back. Roman Reigns has removed the dark past. He has moved past it. Roman Reigns has fought through his demons. And all they can do is just stare each other down. Roman Reigns tonight was finally one step ahead of the architect, the visionary, Seth Rollins. Actions speak louder than words. The way that these two sit across from each other tells everything that we just witnessed. So much story, so much history, the emotions that were played through the match. Roman Reigns walking towards Rollins. Maybe not. But Roman still stares down at Seth. Oh. Roman wanting to show one final sign of respect. What a show of respect between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. What a picture-perfect moment to close out SummerSlam. They will forever be tied together. It's the final chapter in Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins' story, and it ends with Roman Reigns on top. And still the World Heavyweight Champion. I want to thank everybody who tuned in for SummerSlam weekend, made it the epic weekend that it has been. I had a great time spending it with you guys. And now, just like last night, if there's anybody still in the chat, whoever's still left, if you'd like to vote on what clip goes up tonight, I'm going to give your options right now. Would you like to see Kevin Owens return? Would you like to see Chad Gable win the Intercontinental Championship? Or should it be the end of the story between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins as Roman Reigns defeated Seth Rollins to retain the World Heavyweight Championship? What is the clip that goes up tonight? I'm not putting the Danhausen clip up just yet. I will go up, but I'm not. I need a bigger clip than that. It will go up as a clip later this week. I assume that I'm going to put it up as a clip later this week. I want something fresh and hot right out of SummerSlam. But yeah, Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio will be a video later this week, and there will probably be a clip to go along with it. But if you had to pick between the return of Kevin Owens, the Intercontinental Championship win for Chad Gable, and the victory of Roman Reigns over Seth Rollins, what is going up tonight? I'm thinking I'm going to end up doing Roman Reigns defeating Seth Rollins because I have to get it done now. I have to be up at 5:30 a.m. to go to the gym before work. So I think I'm just going to go with that. Anyways, thank you, Lorelei. Thank you, Heretic. Thank you, Prince Ray 27 for the follow. Thank you, everybody who tuned in today, who tuned in yesterday, who's sticking up with the TikToks, the Instagram Reels, the Facebook Reels, especially the Facebook Reels. The Brock Lesnar and Obafemi one from last night, 127,000 likes, or 127,000 views, 2.5 thousand likes. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been real. I'll see you guys again soon. Maybe I'll come back more to streaming more. I'll do special streams for when I'm recording my content, recording my daily videos. Not sure. It's just been busy. I've had family in town. My sister and my nephews have been in town, so it's been a bit hectic just to make sure I get daily videos up. So thank you all for your patience with me. I appreciate all the love and support. Thank you all.